Steve Dotto here. Today, instead of giving you one of my normal great productivity tips showing you how some software works, I want to talk to you a little bit about something that's been bothering me increasingly lately, the productivity paradox. Now, I am admittedly stealing that term from Eric, I can't pronounce his last name, who first published a paper back in the early 90s on the concept that advancing technology does not necessarily mean increased productivity. It was true back then with simple PCs and simple tools. It's even more true today in the world we live in the app and in the connected Web 2.0 world. And I've been wondering why. Why do we lose so much? Why does the pursuit of productivity so often get in the way of actually getting things done? And I think I might have figured out one of the reasons. And one of the reasons is freeness. I'm not a big fan of things being free. Come with me for a moment. Let's examine what happens with freeness. Let's go into Apple's App Store, shall we? And it's the exact same in the Google Play Store and all of the other different stores. Here, I think I might need a new note-taking app. I want to be able to more effectively take notes on my tablet, which seems to me a reasonable thing to do. So I head on into the note area and or search for notes. And what do I find? I find 2,915 iPad notes, note apps just for the iPad. And there's like 5,000 if I include the iPhone note-taking apps. Now, admittedly, some of those aren't necessarily pure note-taking apps, but there is a goodly number of them. So even if they did a good job of explaining what they all were in these screens, which they don't. If you go in and you take a look at any of these note-taking apps, they tell you just the basics. They basically give you a little bit of a pitch about what they want you, what they think you might want to be interested in the note-taking app, and then comes the insidious part. They give it to us for free. They say, go ahead, download it, try it out, see if you like it. And if you like it, you can upgrade to the premium version. Now, there's nothing wrong with that model. In a lot of ways, that model makes tremendous sense. But where it doesn't make sense is in our own personal productivity, because free is not really free. Oh, no, 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 no. Free is my time being spent trying to figure out which app works. And because I'm also slightly cheap, I end up with something like this. And I've got in my notes, that's how many note apps I tested out before I found a note-taking app that I liked. And I'm not even sure I like the one that I have. It's terrible. And I blame Apple and Google for a lot of this freeness and this open access, all this hippy-dippy free love stuff. Here's the problem. When Apple released their newest versions of their software, and they kind of really got going on the desktop, they decided to incorporate the essential apps that we needed to use every day. And they identified some productivity apps in that mix. They identified calendar app, they identified email, and those two, and contacts. And those three apps, or those three functions, they determined they were going to give away for free to entice people to move over to the Mac from the Windows world. And on the surface, again, that seems like a brilliant concept. Free software, free email. We don't have to pay. We don't have to buy Outlook because we've got calendar and we've got contacts. And so consequently, it was very popular with the users. But here's the issue. Apple Mail, iCal, and Apple's contacts suck. They're terrible applications. But because they're given away for free and they're ubiquitous, everybody has them. That means that there's no competition. Nobody builds a really killer email app that we can buy for $99 or $129 or $199 or $399. I don't care what the price is. Nobody builds a killer email app because they can't compete with free. Now, while I applaud Apple giving away software for free and allowing us to use it, if you do that, if you kill the market, then you're beholden to produce excellent software. You have the ability. You certainly do have the ability. It's proven in your desktop applications, in your desktop operating system, in your iPhone operating system. You know how to build good tools, but because you're giving away for free, I'm not sure that the commitment is there for email. Consequently, we all suffer. Productivity is lost as a result. Here is a perfect example of the productivity paradox. And while there are options, for instance, Gmail, they do a pretty good job with Gmail. They're constantly improving it, but Google's doing the same thing. They're giving this stuff away for free, so nobody is able to compete with them. Consequently, even though Google seems to be pushing Gmail ahead a little bit better, and in some areas it does a better job than Apple Mail, it's still not a complete solution. So what are we left with? What are the people who are trying to be productive using these tools left with? A bunch of free stuff that's only sort of free because we have to spend all of our time figuring out which one works for us. Poorly documented, poorly supported because they make very little money from it. So we are given inferior tools with a superior platform to work on. We've got this fantastic phone, this tablet, the computer, this wonderful platform to work on, and then we're left with all of these inferior tools like Apple's iMail and iCal and note-taking apps that only sort of do a half-assed job. Therein lies the productivity paradox. If you have comments about it, if you want to set me straight, if you agree with me, why not drop by and our website. You can comment, or you can comment here on the YouTube channel as well. I'm Steve Dotto, and next week we'll get back to giving you some real productivity tips. I promise.